This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids.
What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and we're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2. I've played close to 20 hours of it, I believe. So this 2 hours later is, of course, many hours later. But I call it 2 hours later, so I feel the need to leave the naming mechanic in. Anyway, because generally it takes me 2 hours to get a sense of where a game's going. Except for games as huge and expansive as this, and like Assassin's Creed. Rarely, though, does it take me longer. Anyway, sorry for that. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good game. I won't take that away from it. And I just want to stress the fact that it is a good game. But I have to say, there's a lot of hyperbole going on around it. And I'll get to that in a second. But let's just talk about why I think it's a good game. For me, it's a good game because it seems like the story seems pretty interesting. The characters, as always, seem interesting. Rockstar does a tremendous job of making very interesting characters in their worlds. I enjoyed the first Red Dead. I really liked it. I liked the world and everything, and I'm getting similar vibes from this one, except for just a little bit more enhanced, of course. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on that's fun. It's a lot of fun. But here's the thing. This is being touted as one of the greatest games ever made. And Rockstar tends to get that accolade for all of their games, to be quite honest. People really enjoy Rockstar games, or they really like Rockstar games, I should say, because Red Dead is not without its glaring flaws that make it just like not the greatest experience in the world, like a lot of people like to say it is. Let's start with basic things like controls. The controls are cumbersome. There's so much to do, and they try to get you to like do things in as many elaborate forms as possible, but that's kind of a problem because sometimes things can get a little too complicated. Like, one of the biggest problems I have is the weapon wheel. The fact that you have everything on this wheel, items, weapons, horse related things. If you're near a horse, you have to see that too. And you have to hold down on PlayStation, which is what I'm referencing, the PlayStation controls. You hold down the L1, and then you use, I believe it's, you hold down L1, and then you can toggle between items, weapons, and then the horse, and then you go to what you want, and then you spin the wheel around with the right stick, and you finally figure out what you want, and you make sure to shift the stick over to it, and then let go of the L stick, which we've seen this before in games, but because they have so many things under that whole dynamic, it can be cumbersome, especially when you're in a fight and you're trying to do some stuff, because everything still moves in sort of real time. It kind of slows the time down, but you're still in the middle of the action when you're using these things. So you can be running in a fight and you have to switch guns on the fly, and it's like I gotta circle around, then I have to hit L2 or R2 if I want to switch between different weapons within that class or whatever the slot that a particular weapon is. So it's like, yeah, too much going on at times, especially if you're trying to heal as well during a fight, because again, this game is very detailed. They are doing their damnedest to make all the details in the world to bring this world to life. That being said, I don't need certain things like the health mechanics where I gotta pull the stopper off the bottle, then take a swig and finish it off and put it away before I'm healed. That's not good in a fight when you have to go through like animations like that. Those animations can lead to death. Trust me, I know. So, the control stream bothers me. It's also clunky areas like where you're trying to hit your horse and things. Like it's just like a lot of like things that are glitchy when it comes to the controls. And then like while it's fun to play the life of an outlaw, there's some very unrealistic aspects. It's like you're in town and you're walking around and you accidentally hit the wrong button that makes you grab someone or you punch a horse. Someone will see you punch a horse, and this has happened to me. Please, I have a clip up. You guys can see. It is real. Um, I punched the horse accidentally in town, and someone saw me punch the horse. You know, I punched it. It kicked me on the ground. Okay, fair enough. I didn't mean to punch the horse. It wasn't my horse, but somebody saw me punch a horse, so they ran to the law. All of a sudden, I have a bounty on me, and people are chasing me and shooting at me for punching a fucking horse. I'm sorry, but I feel like if this was the real old Wild West and you punched the horse, the only person who would come at you maybe with guns a-blazing is the owner of the horse, and the owner of the horse didn't seem to come at me. So, therefore, I'm trying to figure out, yo, one, homeboy, why are you snitching? Two, what the fuck is this? You guys are creating a posse to chase me down for punching a horse? So I'm running and I got the law chasing me, and of course it's like you're shooting me. I'm trying not to shoot back, but like, yo, I'm gonna die. They're surrounding me. I gotta shoot my way out of this. Now the shit's gotten escalated because I gotta fire back and just to protect my life, you know, fight or flight, and I'm trying to do both at the same time. And it's just like guns all over the place, the bounty stacking up. To this day in this game, I still have that original bounty of $300, I believe. Or maybe this is another bounty, because anytime you do something incidental or something within missions, because even the mission structure does that. There's a couple of missions. In fact, now I know it was a particular mission that got the $300 bounty, but that mission, I had to shoot my way out of town because of something someone else got me involved in. And boom, bounty. And it's like, okay, so I can't go to that area without a posse chasing me. And that's the thing. You go to that area, you run your own risk, because they have roving gangs that will pop out of nowhere and come after you for that bounty. And it's like, a lot of this is kind of ridiculous that it gets to that point. Like, again, I understand the town not wanting me back and putting a bounty on me for the latter. But the horse shit, come the fuck on. Like, seriously. And it seems like everybody wants to snitch on anything you do. So if you bump into somebody, they're yelling at you and they want to pick a fight, and you know, like, you get to a fight with them. Guess who's got the bounty? You. This motherfucker came at me and is like trying to start shit with me, and I finish it, but I get fucked for it. That's not how it works, but apparently that's how it worked in the Old West, at least for your character. So the bounty thing can be annoying because it cuts into the gameplay, and it like kind of distracts from the world building. Because now my big thing is I gotta make enough money and try to do as many missions as possible to gain enough money to pay for bounties, which means that I can't do things like upgrades and all the things that I would like to do to help build my character, get him new clothes, new weapons, etc., because I'm like battling between trying to finish missions and trying to gain enough money from those missions or side quests or whatever, just so I can go to the postmaster and pay off this bounty, so I don't have to worry about getting shot in the face in the morning. Again, see the clips, because that happened to me. I fucking woke up and got shot in the fucking face out of nowhere. Insane. I mean, mind you, these are moments that are entertaining in a lot of ways, but playing, they're frustrating. They're very, very frustrating. And, you know, it does have some of that GTA effect that I call, where you're playing the game and you're just realizing that you're running into the same type of mission dynamics over and over again, and that there's throwaway missions that don't need to be there, duties that you have to do. Like, if you played the first Red Dead Redemption, you may have recalled the herding missions. You may not have liked the herding missions. Well, guess what? You're going to see a herding mission in this game at some point. This is not a spoiler. I'm just warning you. If you're not into the whole herding thing, you're going to get that shit again. And there's like a couple of things, escort missions and all that you're going to run into GTA style, that you're going to be like, yeah, this is just biding my time. This isn't really progressing anything. That would lead me to the third thing that I would say my major complaint is that it seems like they've kind of instituted their own version of the heist type system when it comes to missions. Except for it's not just for specific special missions like heists. It's actually how a lot of the missions within the game is played. They break it into parts. So at times you're just going to someone having a conversation, and then that just sets a new location for you to travel to move on to the second part, which may be you just escorting somebody or like traveling to a spot so that you can initiate the last or whatever next step in the story is until you get to the completion. Okay, smart way to stretch the game, but why can't I just do the whole mission in like one breath? Why do I have to have these separate things? Like, I understand certain missions which are spot on, like just straight heist, but there are a couple of missions that are nowhere near being like heist in any form, yet you have multiple parts to it where you have to travel to multiple areas in order to enact the final sequences to complete it. And it's just like, it's not a horrible thing, but it's very, very irritating to me that they chose to do that, because I have a feeling that as you get later in the game, things get tougher, these are going to be more prevalent, and they're going to kind of suck me out of the game a bit. But you know, those are my major gripes. Again, playing it, it's enjoyable, it's solid. So far, writing's really, really good. Again, Rockstar is known for making good games, but they're a little bit too overhyped in my opinion, because I gave you all my cons, and the cons that I gave you would kill it for a lot of people. And I know a lot of people who play it who have the same gripes. That being said, we all play it because Rockstar makes enjoyable products. Despite what they do themselves, they make enjoyable products. And this is an enjoyable product, at least so far. I haven't hit a wall like I did with GTA 5, where the repetitiveness got a little too much for me. I'm a person who don't necessarily mind repetitive stuff in games, but I do kind of put my foot down when they're done or implemented poorly to me, and just makes no sense as to why I am continually doing these like asinine things. So, but it is what it is. So please don't let this discourage you for trying Red Dead. I'm just, just being honest, because that's the best I can do. But yeah, good game, seems so story-wise so far, but yeah. Yeah, the surrounding bits, I maybe need to get deeper, and find and unlock more things and get better tutorials brought my way. There are some cases where I didn't really understand how to do something because the instructions weren't clear either. That's another gripe I could throw in there, but I will definitely be getting back into it, and hopefully my opinion will improve and not drop. I don't want to have another GTA 5 in my life, so hopefully they're getting their things together. So, all right. So, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.